to a brand new video. Today we're going to be going over your Premier League's club player that is going to make the move to the Saudi Pro League in Saudi Arabia. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like as well as the subscribe button. We're also going to be going in the order as the team fares through the Football League pyramid. So from Luton third in the Championship to Man City first in the Premier League. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like as well as subscribe. Now, this video might be hard, so I might not have, like for clubs like Luton, for instance, Kenilworth Road, to get to the stadium, you have to go right next to someone's yard where there's a clothesline there. If you're Mohammed bin Salman, that's not going to be appealing to you. So it's going to be hard to pick out a player from those clubs, but we're going to do it anyway in this video. Alright then, here we go, I should say. And it's going to be Luton Town's Carlton Morris making the switch from Kenilworth Road to Al Tay. He's going to be their big money signing. Carlton Morris to from Luton Town to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, it'll be a big one. It's going to happen. I just see this happening totally. Luton Town, Carlton Morris, good season in the Championship, kind of close to the Golden Boot. He'll get his move to Saudi and he'll be happy. I mean, if I had to pick one player, it's definitely Carlton, because he's had probably the best season last year for Luton Town. Adebayo, Lockyer was good. Other players were great. But, I mean, he is just that main force that drives Luton Town. And it's going to be him going to Saudi Arabia, in my opinion. Moving on to Sheffield United, I'm going for the Norwegian Sander Berge. Berge has been at Sheffield United for a long time, and he is going to leave soon. And he will make the move to Al Faya, and he will get that switch that he desperately needs to just end his career on a good note. Alright then, speaking of desperately needing a move, who will finish first in the Championship? Burnley. We are going to Burnley, and I know somebody, I could put his link in the description, but I'm not going to because of copyright issues, who would say Wout Weghorst is going to Saudi Arabia. He's a Burnley flop, he's a Man United flop, he's a Besiktas flop, and that's all just being contracted in one club, which is Burnley. Yes, he was good at Wolfsburg, but still, he's not going to be able to just keep it up and keep doing this continuously. So yeah, Wout Weghorst hasn't done well for any of these clubs, Burnley, Besiktas, or Man United. So yeah, that's where he's going. It's going to be a big move, for him. But yeah, he's going to go to Saudi Arabia and get swallowed up by Al Tawun. Alright then, Everton. I am going to go for a certain player. His name is Demarai Gray, and he's going to make the switch from Everton to Saudi Arabia. The club from Merseyside are going to sell Demarai Gray. He's a Jamaican international, and Saudi are looking for these types of profile players. So I personally see this switch happening, and he's going to go from Merseyside to a beach in Saudi Arabia. He'll just get an offer from, I don't know, Al Akhdud and be their player. It's really hard to predict what club they're going to, but it's easy to predict if or not they're going to Saudi. So, yeah, Demarai Gray to Al Akhdud. Alright then, moving on to Nottingham Forest, Serge Aurier. Aurier has played for PSG under Nasser Al-Khelaifi, so he'll be familiar with the Gulf, and he will get the move to a big club in Saudi Arabia. And, Al Hilal will just get the money. They'll drop $17 million, pounds, euros, whatever on him, and yeah, they'll get Serge Aurier to move from the City Ground to the King Fahd International Stadium or the Prince Faisal bin Fahd International Stadium. They have two different stadiums, and yeah, that will be what's going to happen there. They will get the switch. I do see it coming for sure. Alright then, moving on to the 15th place team in the Premier League, Bournemouth. Bournemouth. I mean, how are they going to have a player going to Saudi Arabia? I mean, I'll pick Mark Travers because his career is in a bin ever since conceding 9 at Liverpool. That wasn't his fault. It's probably Scotty P's tactics. The club Bruges failed manager. And I think, yeah, So Mark Travers will go to Saudi Arabia. He's my pick from Bournemouth. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you're not a Bournemouth fan, you'd love to hear your opinions. So that'd be great. All right, 14th place. Then it's West Ham. So yeah, West Ham 14th. Kurt Zouma. Now Kurt Zouma is somebody who, instead of abusing people, he abuses cats. He's a catophile. I mean, instead of petting cats, instead of being a pet-ophile, he's something else. So, yeah, Kurt Zouma, it will go to Saudi Arabia, and, you know, at least he's not in Egypt, because then he would take about 30 cats to his coffin. But Saudi is close enough to Egypt, so I'm sure he'll find a way to do that. But anyway, jokes aside, Kurt Zouma will go to Saudi Arabia, and it's ridiculous what is going to happen. And yeah, Kurt Zouma just going to abuse cats in Saudi, I guess. That's ridiculous. All right, then, moving on next to 13th place, who was Wolverhampton Wanderers Football Club. Ruben Neves is already gone, so I guess I'll pick Pedro Neto. Or should I pick Raul Jimenez? You know what? I'll probably pick Raul Jimenez. Pedro Neto will probably go to a team in Portugal or something, as he is Portuguese. And Raul Jimenez, the Mexican international, ever since his head injury, has not been the same. We're better to revive your career than Saudi Arabia. So he'll get a move to Al Wehda in Saudi Arabia. And yeah, that'll be the big talk of Wolves. What's his face? Raul Jimenez to Al Wehda. Alright, then 12th place we have Chelsea. And this is just, you know, with Aubameyang going to Marseille, I have to pick a different player. I was going to pick Aubameyang for Saudi, but now I can't. So, yeah, it's going to be Hakim Ziyech. He'll probably get a second try, as Morocco is in the Arab world as long as Saudi Arabia, and he is Moroccan. So after the success of the World Cup, Saudi scouts will have looked at him, and they'll say yes. After his failed medical that already happened at Al Nassr, he will probably go there again for some kind of redemption. I mean, he's had 2 failed transfers. The last 2 transfers have been failed. PSG in January, and now this summer to Al Nassr. After the 3 main Chelsea players that left, Mendy to Al Ahly, Koulibaly to Al Hilal. It was going to be Ziyech to Al Nassr, but his medical failed because of his knees were not good enough, according to the Al Nassr medical guy. Just imagine how many lashes that guy's going to get, honestly, for failing a medical for Hakim Ziyech. It's going to like that. Yeah, it's going to be pretty ridiculous. So that's what's going to happen. Hakim Ziyech will be an Al Nassr player, but it might take a little while. Alright then, moving on to 11th, Crystal Palace, and they will have Jordan Ayew to go to Saudi Arabia. And Jordan Ayew is just going to go to Saudi simply because, you know, his brother Andre already went there. Andre Ayew went to Saudi Arabia. Well, not Saudi Arabia, it was Qatar, to Al Sadd to be managed by Xavi. And it's going to happen. He will get the move to Saudi Arabia, Jordan Ayew, and there's some other good ones that could happen, like Odsonne Edouard. You never know. This kind of stuff does happen, but Jordan Ayew is the most obvious pick here, and yeah, so Jordan Ayew to Saudi Arabia. It's gonna happen. He will get a contract by Al Fetta to have a strike partner with Saudi Arabia international striker Firas Al Berkan. So yeah, that's just gonna happen, and yeah, Jordan Ayew to join Saudi Arabia and like this summer, likely. Alright then, moving on to 10th place, it's Fulham. And Fulham have been rejecting some bids for Alexander Mitrovic, and this is pretty simple. Mitrovic wants to go to Al Hilal. He already has a Serbian friend, Milinkovic Savic, there. And yeah, so why wouldn't he want to go there and just join them? Yeah, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't. He's in his prime right now, and he's going to want to join a team like them, Al Hilal. will get Alexander Mitrovic to the club to join with Milinkovic-Savic. And then for our 9th place team, Brentford, this is really hard to see. How could Brentford, just like Thomas Frank would not let a player go to Saudi Arabia? You have to know that. And it's not going to happen. I don't see any Brentford player going to Saudi Arabia. Except, if I had to pick a player for Brentford, and this sounds crazy. It does sound crazy. I'm going to go for Ivan Toney. You never know. Ivan Toney with the betting. What if he just does betting again, places sports bets, and then he gets expelled by the FA. He goes to Saudi Arabia. They'll let him do as much betting as he wants or something like that. And then he's their player. So Ivan Toney is my Saudi pick. And then for our 8th place team, we have Football Club, Tottenham Hotspur. And Tottenham Hotspur, there's a lot of candidates. I think it's going to be Richarlison, though. He's flopped at Tottenham in his first season. I don't know if he can maybe make a comeback or something. But I see Saudi making a £40 million bid, giving him wages of 600,000 whatever's a week, whatever currency, pounds, dollars, euros, same thing, pretty similar. And yeah, he will get the move there. And then for our next team, Aston Villa, Philippe Coutinho will get the move to Saudi Arabia, as if it wasn't already obvious. He's flopped at Barcelona. He's flopped at Aston Villa. He was great at Liverpool, but Al Ettifaq will sign him because Steven Gerrard's already there, and both of them were on Liverpool together, and Steven Gerrard is the manager there, so why not just go there? Ettifaq will want Philly G to go there. No, not Ettifaq, sorry. Gerrard rather would want Philly G to go there, so he will, and he'll be a new Al Ettifaq player. He'll join Jordan Henderson at Al Ettifaq, as there'll be 3 former Liverpool players at a mid-table team in Saudi Arabia. And then, next team up, we have Brighton. Danny Welbeck to Al Hilal is going to happen probably this summer. He has just been out of form. He's injury-prone, and there's nothing good's going to happen. He's not going to do well. And he'll get the move to Saudi Arabia maybe in January after just a bad spell in the Premier League with Brighton. So he'll get his move to Saudi Arabia, and yeah, that'll be the end of it. Liverpool, I don't want to do a deal that's already happening. I mean, that kind of be cheating, but, never know. Jordan Henderson and Fabinho are going to Saudi Arabia, and there's still some more dead wood to clean out, so I don't know if they'll do any more players, but I almost feel tempted to pick Mo Salah, but because he's Egyptian, and he's played Saudi Arabia in the World Cup before. But my pick is going to be, I'm just going to go for Fabinho. Fabinho won the Champions League with Liverpool, and now he's going to move to Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. The deal is almost final, so Fabinho to Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. All right, then. Next up, we do have Newcastle United. It's going to be Allan Saint-Maximin, a depressing transfer, but Allan Saint-Maximin is going to make the move to Al Ahly, as both teams are owned by the PIF. Newcastle, Al Ahly, Al Hilal, Al Nasser, and Al Ittihad are all owned by the PIF. So he'll make the move to Al Ahly to join Riyad Mahrez, Edouard Mendy, and Roberto Firmino, as Al Ahly will get 3rd place and go into the Asian Champions League. All right, then third is Manchester United, because they finished 3rd place last season, and their next player who's going to Saudi Arabia, it's going to be a Brazilian, but I don't want to pick Antony. I'm going to go for Casemiro. It's kind of easy to pick because Casemiro, I will go for Antony. Antony is not done great at United. He just does skills with his feet and goes like this the whole time, but I think that he will find some settlement there. He'll get a deal, at Al Nassr, and he'll be their new player. So yeah, what's his face? Anthony will go to the Saudi club Al Nassr and be a good player. He'll play with Ronaldo like he did at United. It's going to be a good membership, good relationship. They both speak Portuguese, and it'll work out well for them. All right, then second place is Arsenal. And Arsenal, I mean, Mikel Arteta probably doesn't want any players to go to Saudi Arabia. If he did want one, it'd probably be full Aaron Balogun. But you never know. Yeah. So I'm not gonna pick Balogun. I'm not gonna pick him. But I'm gonna pick Thomas Partey because there's been allegations of you know what sexual stuff going on with Thomas Partey, and so yeah, and Arsenal are gonna want to offload him, and he'll get his move to Saudi Arabia, and he'll be a new player at Al Ittihad in their midfield. He'll work well with Abderrazak Hamdallah, and it'll work well. And yeah, Thomas Partey will go to Arsenal. All right, then, for my Man City pick, who's it going to be? I'll give you 5 seconds to guess. Did you get it? I don't know. It's going to be revealed right now. Kyle Walker is going to Saudi Arabia. Pep Guardiola doesn't really care for him, even though he's played so well for them. He just thinks, oh, it's another player. I lose him, I bring him in. It'll all work out. They've just brought in Josko Gvardiol, so why would they need Kyle Walker? Guardiola is going to think just that, and he'll be a player going to Saudi for Man City. Yeah. If you enjoyed my video, despite all my stuttering, I really hope you did. Just please like and subscribe, and soon my official Saudi Pro League predictions will come out. As you know, I'm probably going to be the only YouTuber doing it. I really hope I'm not. It'd be great to see another member of the YouTube community doing it, but I do think I will be the only one doing it, probably. So if you wanted to see a rare edition of the Saudi Pro League predictions for the first time ever, me maybe wearing this Al Nassr yellow shirt, even though it's not an Al Nassr shirt, it says Bees Tees on it. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Without any further ado, I'll catch you in a while. See ya.